I never wanted the house. When my father died, the lawyer said it was a gift, an inheritance wrapped in dust and silence. The place stood at the end of a narrow street where even streetlights seemed unsure of themselves. Neighbors avoided it. Children crossed the road rather than pass its iron gate. The house had one rule, spoken by my father years ago in a voice that trembled despite his authority. Never go into the basement. I laughed back then. Adults always made monsters out of shadows. Now, standing alone in the hallway with my father buried in the house legally mine, the rule echoed louder than ever. The basement door was at the far end of the kitchen, wooden, narrow, with a lock that had never been changed. I told myself I wouldn't open it. I didn't need to. For the first week, everything was normal. Too normal. Then the house began to listen. Whispers without voices. It started with small things. I would think of something I had never said aloud, and the house would respond. I thought about my failed marriage while washing dishes. The sink clogged instantly, water rising like a memory I tried to suppress. I remembered the money I stole from my mother years ago. That night, the lights flickered exactly 7 times, the same number of days she cried before forgiving me. Coincidence, I told myself. Until the notes appeared. They were written on yellowed paper, slipped under my bedroom door. You never apologized to her. No name, no handwriting I recognized. I burned the note in the sink, heart pounding. The next morning, ash marks stained the counter in the shape of my mother's ring. That was when I knew. The house didn't just hear me. It knew me. The basement breathes. At night, the basement door began to change. It swelled slightly, as if something behind it pressed outward. The wood felt warm when I touched it, alive, pulsing like a heartbeat. Sometimes, late at night, I heard breathing beneath the floor. Slow, patient, familiar. I dreamed of the basement constantly. In those dreams, I stood at the top of the stairs, watching darkness move like water below. Voices rose from it, not strangers, but people I knew. My ex-wife, my father, my younger self. They whispered truths I had buried. You left us. You lied. You watched and did nothing. I woke up screaming every night at exactly 3:17 a.m. The same time, every night. What my father hid. I searched the house for answers. In my father's old study, I found a locked drawer. Inside was a leather journal, its pages warped by moisture. The last entry read, "The basement remembers what we refuse to carry. It feeds on what we bury. If he ever opens the door, it will speak in his voice." My hands shook. There were earlier entries, confessions. Not my father's, but mine. Things I had never written. Things I had never told anyone. The night I watched my best friend drown and ran away. The lie that sent an innocent coworker to prison. The moment I wished my father would die so I could be free. I slammed the journal shut. The basement door creaked open an inch. The invitation. The house grew colder. Mirrors fogged even when untouched. The whispers grew louder, no longer confined to night. Then the voice came. My voice. From beneath the floor. Come down, it said softly. I'm tired of holding this for you. The basement door was open now, wide enough to see the stairs descending into darkness. The smell rose, earth, rust, and something deeply human. I wanted to run. Instead, I stepped forward. Because the truth was heavier than fear. The basement knows. The stairs groaned beneath my weight. The air thickened with every step, pressing memories into my chest. At the bottom, the basement stretched impossibly wide, its walls lined with doors, each labeled with a name. Not names of others. Mine. Each door represented a version of me. The liar. The coward. The betrayer. At the center of the room stood a mirror. In it, I saw myself, but older, hollow-eyed, smiling with a mouth that had confessed everything. You built this, the reflection said. Every secret you buried needed somewhere to live. I tried to speak, but the basement spoke for me. The walls whispered my sins in unison. The floor pulsed beneath my feet. You can leave, the reflection continued. But only if you give us something to remember. What? I asked. It stepped out of the mirror. You. Inheritance. They found the house months later, empty, silent, perfectly ordinary. The basement door was sealed shut, nailed tight. No sign of me. Sometimes, though, new owners report strange things. The house responds to thoughts. Notes appear with truths no one else should know. And at night, from beneath the floor, a voice whispers gently. Don't worry, I'm keeping your secrets safe. Because the basement always knows. And it never forgets.